What's up, y'all? It's day 3, and y'all, we doing our big one. We been consistent. We've been getting to it. We've been just vibing, really, honestly, truly. It ain't much to it, but to do it. So, yesterday, EP, just to recap, everything was about just love and our unified love, but starting within, starting with the roots, starting from the heart, starting from your heart posture, the fruits of the spirit. Where are you spiritually, mentally connected? How's the body feeling? What are you doing to pour love out into this world? What are you doing to pour love into yourself? What actions are you taking to, hold yourself accountable and to just spread love and do it with good intentions? So we're gonna pick up off there a little bit, but with a different topic because that's what we're aiming for. That's the goal: growth, elevation, the ability to evolve, and just seeing ourselves create progress within consistency. And that's basically what we're practicing with this 30-day run. We just vibing, we just being intentional for 30 days and beyond, because I say 30-day run, but it's really just to start habits of new practices and new hobbies and new routines to get you through. So boom, we're gonna get into today's topic. Today, let me see, I didn't really pick out a person, so give me a second. I'm gonna pick somebody and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. Today we're gonna talk about Nannie Helen Burroughs. Nannie Helen was a teacher, but she opened a school in Washington, D.C. for a National Training School for Women and Girls in 1901, at the time when African Americans were held down and homed on every side that they turned. Black empowerment, let alone black feminine empowerment, was very impossible, but yet steadily and systematically accomplished by Nannie by networking a bunch of black institutions who embodied empowerment and stood behind each one of those people who supported them. Nannie was a brilliant force in many institutions, and today she stands such great females, African American educators as Lucy Laney and Mary McLeod. Tough-minded and outspoken, Nannie was ahead of her time and had a lot of exposure in literature and figurative beauty of people of color, as an African American feminist who refused to rank one form of discrimination over another. So during the time where people couldn't, have black schools and the segregation and stuff, Nannie took a chance, used her voice, used her education, and just made a change. And not only made a change for herself, but for numerous generations after her. She was born in 1879, and she passed in 1961. So Nannie Helen Burroughs. And if you want to see what she looks like, y'all can keep tapping into the Instagram. And yeah, let's get into today's topic. Today's topic is, wait, who said that? We gotta think about how we're speaking to ourselves. We gotta think about how we're speaking to other people. We gotta think about, once we acknowledge and take accountability and go through all those good old baby steps, what do you do with them? You feel all these things, you feel all these things, but what do you do with them? Where do you place them? Where do you put that energy? Where do you exude it? How do you get it out? Some people go to the gym. Some people play sports. Some people are into arts. Some people are into reading and journaling. Some people are into doing hair and beauty things. Some people are into fashion. Some people are into... So it's just so many ways to express. Because that's all it is. When you exude your energy, you're just expressing. Rather you're exuding in playing basketball or you're exuding in fighting. Like there is just your form of expression. Understanding emotions and how to manage them. It's one thing to like acknowledge your feelings, but what are you gonna do about it? How are you gonna manage it, work with it, allow it to work for you? So those are all things like we want to get into today. What thoughts are behind your feelings? What are you feeling? What are you telling yourself? Who are you allowing to speak into your life? Who are you allowing to pour into your space? Are your thinking patterns positive or negative? Do you always have something negative to say? Nobody's going to be a sunflower and always got something nice to say every moment. But are you pouring out more negative than you are good? Like somebody could be like, dog, it's such a beautiful day. They be like, oh, it's a cloud over there. Like who asked you? The whole 95% of the sky is sun and you want to point out that 5% that's cloud. Like who asked you? Is everything that you say negative? So these are things that we're going to get into today. Let's start with managing your emotions and what that means. Managing your emotions is to rely on emotions to inform your thinking, reasoning, and behaviors. To manage emotions does not mean to control them, but rather be more flexible with your thinking processes. Understanding that your thinking influence how you feel. We learned in the last episode that your heart or your mind sends your heart rapid signals for when you're like feeling certain things, like when you're feeling anxious or, oh my God, like I have a test tomorrow, I want to pass it, I'm anxious, I'm thinking about it. Your heart, you start to feel it internally because you keep thinking it and exuding your energy, focusing on that one thing that's bothering you. So what are you telling yourself? Who are you allowing to influence you? What's influencing your behaviors? So there's 3 ways to look at it, and all of these sources are from either books, and then later on we're going to get into the Bible. Like we're getting a lot of our resources from the Bible because y'all, this is a season where we're being intentional and we're educating ourselves in spaces where we lack wisdom to do better, period. Like, it's one thing to keep bouncing back, but we're trying to work up to the point where we're so secure in what we believe, in our foundation, and spiritually, and our morals, and our heart posture, and just doing the right things because we can, to the point where nothing can really knock us off of the plan and alignment that the Creator has over your life in your space. No matter, because good and bad is always going to happen. Life going to keep going. Life don't stop for nobody. But it's about staying focused, staying on track, staying aligned, just going. And yeah, I bumped into a rock, but I got to focus. I got a mission. Yeah, this person is making me upset because they're not complying with what I think is right, but I got a mission. God said I got to do this. Yes, my job just laid me off, but I got a mission because God is covering my life and my space. Yeah, I'm sad today. My heart may be broken. I lost somebody. Somebody may have passed away, but God got a mission. And the day and the next day and the next day keeps coming. And He keeps waking you up, and He needs you to see that. So despite of who says what the circumstance may be, it's about being able to manage it. Because emotions are not reality. Just because you feel something does not mean that is the truth. Hence misunderstandings, hence disappointments, hence heartbreaks, hence failure. Like, emotions are just a response to life. It's up to you to determine how you respond, how you feel. You create them. You create emotions with your thinking. So that's just a overall every topic we finna get to the nitty gritty and just jogging with some definitions, jogging with some perspectives. But y'all, this one's gonna feel good. I feel really confident about this one. I just pray that the heavens above lead today's EP. Okay, so I want to start with a quote from Sue Hadfield. Positive thinking is not just a feeling you get when good things happen in your life. It's easy to feel optimistic. It's about being able to maintain that feeling of hopefulness and motivation whenever and no matter what is happening and what's going on. And I feel like she is so right, because that's just like people saying, don't just come to God and pray when things are all okay and going good in your life. You need to come to Him when things are hitting a fan and when you feel like you got no hope and when you feel like, there's nobody else that can fix it. It's out of your control. But one thing I do want to highlight is I read in my emotional intelligence book is that if we're in a space of learning to manage our emotions rather than just feel them and react and respond off of them impulsively, we gotta learn what it means to manage it. What's the difference? What am I expected to do while managing said emotions? So we did a little compare and contrast. Managing emotions is a form of directing and being intentional about understanding your influence on this thing. You're not trying to dominate it. You're not trying to control it. You're not trying to alter it. You're just directing. Like, what's an example I can use? Just like teaching. You can't do the work for the kid. You're not trying to do the work for them. You're just trying to get them to understand and learn. And it's the same thing with yourself. When you take accountability, you're not trying to, oh my God, this is what I feel and I have to stay here and this is, now that I understand that this is how I feel. Now that you understand, manage how you feel. Some stuff is not worth crashing out about. Some stuff is not worth getting distracted over. When you know you're supposed to be doing this, but you choose to be distracted and focus on something else, you are in control of that. God gives you choice. In the midst of you being created, you have an option. So managing your emotions starts with taking responsibility for your own emotions. When you don't take responsibility for your own emotions, you suggest that other people and their circumstances are responsible for your emotions. How? You may have misinterpreted something and now you mad about something and that person didn't even mean it the way that you took it. But it's on them. How? I may see something and not like it about a person. That don't mean that they're going to change. That just mean I don't like it. That's something that I came up with out of the thoughts that I created. Take responsibility for your own emotions. My life's like that. Everybody has a different perspective of a situation, but that's up to you. Because life gonna keep going, y'all. Me being in a season of like heartbreak a little bit and grief, life keep going. I gotta keep getting up and go to work the next day. So take responsibility. Take authority. Take authority over you, your decision making, how you feel. You take accountability and then you take authority and make a difference, make a change. Actually put forth some effort to have a different result. How do you take authority? Running away from it, suppressing and restricting your thoughts, feelings, and actions is not how you do it, for one. Getting really high all the time is not gonna fix it. Posting mean things or depressive things or doom scrolling on Instagram is not gonna make you feel better. Going off to the next person and the next person and the next person until you have that void filled or just to feel company around you is not gonna fix it. Facing it, dealing with it, and experiencing it is the only thing that's gonna lead you towards a space of being content in your healing. You learn something new every day. So it's okay that you grow in life and you don't know everything, and that you learn things and things don't work out, or you outgrow things, or things disappoint you and let you down. It's okay. That's the whole point. It's about how you choose to process and create your perspective of said objective. Like, for example, people who are nonchalant, or, are you nonchalant because you have an understanding and you understand that if it's out of your control, there's really no reason to ponder and feel a way about it? Or you nonchalant out of a coping mechanism and defense, like responsive defense mechanism, and just choosing to not say anything because you feel like if you say something, you're not going to be heard or understood regardless, so there's no point in saying something. It's about perspective, like, guys. It's not rocket science, but it ain't easy either. Starting with self-talk. Being more aware of how you talk to yourself. Self-talk is not, boosting your ego and, you look pretty, you look beautiful, self-righteousness. Self-talk is not self-righteousness. That's what I learned in church. A lot of people do things out of stemming from selfishness, natural selfishness. God said we're supposed to be here. We're supposed to multiply and create and do and give and have a unified love, one love. So self-talk is not self-righteousness. Self-talk is that endless stream of thoughts running through your mind all day, every day that only you can hear, that little voice, your subconscious. Self-talk is your subconscious. What are you pouring out of your subconscious into this world? Because God don't care about all your successes and all the things that you get praised for on earth. God cares about your intentions and where it's stemming from, and the things that you're like, I'm looking for a word, y'all, but I can't. It's like on the tip of my tongue. I can't necessarily put it together, but I'm going to explain it. God's looking for, because he's the only one that can hear that little voice that nobody else can hear. So he's looking for basically your intentions. Like, what are you... Yo, I can't find a word. I don't know. So I'm going to just leave it be. But I'm going to leave it at intentions. So that endless stream of thoughts, is it pouring out good? Is it pouring out negative things? Are you telling yourself how you look is ugly and you're hideous and you're like a hippo and you think that you're never going to be beautiful? Or are you telling yourself that you're a baddie and you're a hot girl? And, you know, moments where, like a real deal moment where you need to practice stuff like this, I know for me, is when I'm like hair depressed. When my hair not done, oh, it is a mental war, because like beauty standards and all these other things in this world, it's just hard. Like, but you gotta boost your confidence. You gotta spew out good, positive thinking, because what is negative thoughts going to do for you? Like, what good is it serving you? If you got to wake up every morning and look in the mirror and say affirmations to feel good and confident for the day and feel like you're going to accomplish and achieve everything that you put your mind to, then do that. But getting up every day and, I got to go to work and I'm so mad and I'm miserable and there's nothing nobody can do about it and I'm just and complaining and whining and whimping about it, ain't gonna serve you, the next person, the generations before nor after you. And nobody cares, quite frankly. We all get up, we all put our minds towards something. So take responsibility for your own emotions and choose to think better. And it's funny because as I was reading my book and going over my notes last night, it was a quote that was saying like glass half empty perspectives. And I have a friend that tells me sometimes, you're so glass half empty. And I read that, I'm like, not this thing here trying to use phrases that I know that somebody said to me to educate me, you know, making me look in the mirror like we talked about yesterday. And it's right, like, and not every day you're going to get up and be like, oh, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, it's a beautiful day as a neighbor. You're not going to wake up every day. It's more like, Coming to America, good morning, my neighbor, F you. You know, it's it's those perspectives. Like, sometimes you good morning, my neighbor, sometimes you the F you, my neighbor. So it just varies. It's all about you, and it's in the ball's in your court. Positive thinking is your approach on difficult situations and making them more positive and productive and seeing it in a productive way. But we have different explanatory styles. Explanatory styles basically just helps us make sense of events and experiences in our lives. So, for example, when you, that little voice, you're not talking, but you're just thinking and thinking and thinking, or when it's 3 a.m. and you up by yourself and you're thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking, what's your explanatory style? Are you optimistic explanatory, or are you negative? Do you always think of the worst and all the bad that could happen? Or you think like, well, maybe if this happened, this might happen, or if this happened, this might happen, or if this, like, do you think yourself into a rabbit hole, or do you just think yourself into a dark cloud? Like, and if you're both, because I feel like I'm a mixture of both, but it's all about balance and knowing not to do too much of one and too little of others, because you can't think freely about some stuff. Some stuff you just gotta have common sense and know not to do. Knowing right from wrong is different from positive thinking and optimistically thinking about bad things. Like, you just, it's about perspective. Now, knowing right from wrong is just knowing right from wrong. Because if you know you ain't supposed to be doing something, don't do it. But positive thinking is like, oh my God, this has inconvenienced me. Instead of me being pissed about it all day, let me actually just see it in a different light, a different perspective. So I feel like you gotta understand that the way you think influence how you feel. So we're gonna go back to those 3 different aspects of managing your emotions now that we understand a root way and source to redirect while managing. You have behavioral aspects, which is how do you respond outside looking in. So basically, your body language. Did you roll your eyes? Did you suck your teeth? Are you tapping your finger and shaking your leg because you're anxious? Like, how are you responding to what you're feeling internally outside looking in? Physical aspect. How do you truly feel? Internally, bodily changes. Is your heart beating faster? Are you feeling queasy? Are you sweating? Are you nervous? Are you speechless? Are you heartbroken and you're crying and you genuinely feel your heart breaking? What's your physical aspect? Cognitive. Your thinking patterns. Your thinking influence your physical, and your physical influence your behavioral. Your cognitive influence your physical, and your physical influence your behavioral. How you think influence how you feel, and how you feel will show externally. So you got to get all that together. What Meg said, look just like whatever you're going through. Or what they say, you got to have a poker face. Or sometimes you got to go into situations and not let them see what's going on. Like, how do you do that? You think positive. And that self-talk, you redirect that inner voice or your thinking patterns and your voice that's talking to you internally. Is it telling you healthy things? Because whatever you thinking, we're going to see. Sometimes, like, your face show what you was thinking even though you didn't say it. Yeah, it all ties together. Again, managing your emotions does not mean denying difficult emotions or ignoring the challenges that come with life. Don't ignore the inconveniences. Learn from them. Don't ignore the heartbreaks. Learn from them. Pay attention to what you liked and what you didn't like. Pay attention to what you're going to take with you for the rest of your life and what's spilled milk. If you got people around you that's always speaking negatively, pay attention to the people you got around you and remove them. Don't sit in miserable situations and circumstances because the circumstance don't determine your outcome. You do. Wait, who said that though? Yo, I know nothing. I'm just this square one as you. I'm talking to myself. Like, it's easy to sit in discomfort. It's easy to complain about stuff. It's easy to go on and 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 on. Take responsibility for your emotions. Use it. Use your emotions to help you make your decisions because your emotions influence how you feel. But use productive thinking. Not even just positive, productive. Just do the right thing because you want to do the right thing. Get up and go to the gym because you want to make a change and feel better and move your body and stretch. Get up and go get a job because you want to make your own money and stop clinging to people and panhandling from others in your environment. Choose to do more internally, spiritually. Pick up a book, read something productive, learn something new so you can add to conversations. Prioritize thinking over being impulsive. People, use your brains. It's 2026. Use your brains. Use your brains. So that's enough on managing emotions. We know how to manage it. Just redirect your thinking. And that's managing. Having the good outweigh the negative. Having an understanding. Choosing to understand rather than choosing to be stuck in your selfish perspectives. What's for you will find its way to you, and what's not for you will remove itself if you allow it. If you learn how to manage your situation and your thinking and how you should move, because what you think is how you feel, and how you feel is how you move. So if you hold your own feet to the fire and hold everybody's feet to the fire around you, the Bible will say you start to feel like a king, you will change your environments to have a palace. But if you think like a peasant, you're going to stay a peasant. So whatever's for you will be for you, and what's not for you will remove itself. If you allow it, you outgrow people, you outgrow circumstances, you outgrow situations, you outgrow dysfunction, you outgrow arguments and ignorance and just things that just don't serve you. You outgrow it. If you allow yourself to. And that doesn't mean that it doesn't disappoint you or it doesn't hurt or it doesn't, make your heart beat rise because you feel that John internally. It don't mean that you ain't gonna feel it. It just means that it's necessary for growth and for you to evolve. How you gonna evolve if you keep doing the same thing? If you keep talking about the same things? It's like people, you keep having the same conversation with people, you get tired, you get bored. Us as humans, we are made to explore. You have voyagers in history. The Bible is it's a book of all different perspectives and outlooks on the world that many different people went through. Don't stay stagnant. Don't keep stagnant people around you. People are energy leeches. You'll be wanting to do the right thing, but you got somebody that keep influencing you to do the things that you're comfortable and content with. How you ever going to change? You'll keep explaining yourself to somebody, trying to prove yourself to somebody. Their perspective of you don't matter. You determine your perspective of you. Relationships and all. That's where it really still, when your heart is outweighing your cognitive abilities to maneuver, you're in a bad situation. But managing disappointment, because in order to manage your feelings and do the right thing, You gotta be disappointed with the things that you don't like and change it. Disappointment is a feeling of loss, and sadness that occurs when your expectations or hopes fail. So yeah, nobody wants to get their hopes up or the things that they were expecting to go this way. Nobody wants to not go that way. But disappointment forces you to accept the outcome of reality. Unlike regret, when you're focusing on the actions that you took to contribute to the wrong. Like, you regret something like, dang, I could have did this, I could have did that. This could have been different, that could have been different. But when you just disappointed, it's like, dang, there's nothing I can do about that. But I gotta focus on what I'm gonna do about that. There's nothing I can do about that, but work on what I can control and what I can do about that. So when disappointed, you truly have to just accept and process and forgive. And there's nothing that you can do to change the outcome because it's already fulfilled itself. It's already shown you its true colors. It's already told you how it feels. It already put out its ability of what you should expect from him and what you should expect from them and what you shouldn't expect from them. My auntie always teaches me, don't put your expectations on other people, because other people gonna let you down every time because you expected that from them. They didn't sometimes you put your expectations on people and they don't even know that you're expecting them to do that. So don't put your expectations on other people. When disappointed, process it. Don't stay in it. Sit in it for a little while. Process it, feel it. Allow you free space for you to think about it, for you to really be like, dang, it played out like that. But charge it to the game. Redirect your thinking. Use positive thinking to free yourself from things, ways, and patterns that don't serve you. Redirect and evaluate over and over until you get it right. My mama used to make me rewrite my name until it looked like her handwriting. And if I did it wrong and it didn't look like her handwriting, she erased it. I probably was on punishment while I was doing this, but it's a moment of repetition, consistency, growth, elevation. Acknowledge what you feel. Experience it. It all comes with whatever's going to come with, but let it come without trying to bury it, fix it, change it, or retaliate against it. Just be. Just be. What's for you will be for you. Just be you. I learned that on the islands too a little bit. They talk about that, like, just be you. Be at peace with what you do every day. Be at peace with what you bring to the world, what you bring to the table. And be secure in that. And if you don't like what you see, take responsibility, take accountability, and change that. But if you are satisfied with what you see, add to it and multiply. For real. That's what it's about. Because what's meant to be will be regardless of how you feel about it. But back your thinking up with spiritual structure. What does the Bible say? What does God say? What does the Creator say? And I'm not here to convert nobody. These are my beliefs. When you tune into my podcast, we one with the walk with the Lord. Because He's the only thing backing me, the only thing keeping me going. The only thing teaching me right from wrong, teaching me the things that's for me and teaching me what's not for me and what's going to maneuver in this world with me. Because He hears that voice that nobody else hears. What does the Bible say about disappointment? We got numerous of examples of God disappointing people, people being disappointed with God, and God being disappointed with himself, with his creation. Jesus being disappointed, crying out to God. It's just so many examples of the like, what? For example, Proverbs 16 talks about trusting in the Lord, and people who choose to be understanding will have grace and will be watered from the fountain of life. But those who are stubborn only fool themselves, because pleasant words are like honey to a honeycomb, sweet and good for the body. Positive thinking and self-talk. You speak good and you speak life into yourself. Keep your mouth off bad things. Keep your mouth off evil things. Be understanding. Have grace, because God has grace and understanding with you. Be disappointed, but understand that only your thinking can help you flourish in this world. What you think and what you put out into this world can only come back to you and be an example of what you are internally. So don't be a stubborn fool who holds themselves captives to their own ignorance. Psalms 34 and 35 speaks on righteous people and how a righteous person will get grace and be receiving protection from the Lord above. And people who keep their tongues off evil will be protected, because people who cry out to God about all things will be heard. God hears the cries of those who are righteous. Simply meaning, in a world full of good and evil, which one are you adding to? Isaiah 41. God is the creator of all. Never second guess his powers of healing, his powers of anything. God created the mountains. God said, look at the sky and see who created those things. The stars, and then name them all one by one. Because that's how powerful his strength is. Haven't you heard the eternal God, the Lord, the creator of the heavens and the earths, doesn't grow tired or become weary? He wants you to place your weaknesses and weary and tiredness to him, because he said it. He gives strength to those who are weak. Even young people grow tired and become weary. Even young men will stumble and fall. Yet you will gain strength. If you have hope in the Lord and hope that he will renew it all, seek him when it's good and bad. Learn how to manage your feelings, good and bad. Y'all, I've been placed in a season of my life where I gotta just get it off. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally. So I'm done talking about it socially and having conversations with people and them not understanding my perspectives, or them not feeling it as intense as I feel it. Because y'all, I'm on a walk with the Lord. And I can't express it no other way. I'm just being real with my truths and my expressions and how I feel, and this is my form of getting it off, and my thinking processes and just things that I'm taking from books and putting it from my personal perspectives, what I've read, and backing it with what the Bible say, and making it one, like, you know, making it fruitful. Because that's wisdom. Multiplied knowledge. That's wisdom. And today's EP, just to bring it back in and reel it in, is about managing your emotions, not trying to control them, not suppressing, not dominating, but guiding, redirecting, reflecting, taking accountability, holding ourselves responsible. Self-talk, not self-righteousness. Understand that you are not perfect and seek the Creator for all things. Confidence, discipline, emotional guidance. If you don't even know what to say to stem positive thoughts, God, clear my mind. Lead me to positive thinking, God. Remove all the things in my brain that don't serve me. Self-talk, not self-righteousness. Understand that disappointment comes, grief comes. But don't sit in that stuff. Just talk about it and move forward. And focus on what can I control? What am I able to do? Where do I want to grow? Where do I want to be better? And what are the steps to get there? What hobby do I want to learn? What are the steps to get there? What book do I want to read? Where do I find it? How much it costs? So it's just like, we gotta be real with ourselves, y'all. We gotta be real with ourselves. We gotta be real with ourselves. But wait, who said that? Y'all. Manage them feelings, y'all, because the Bible says that emotions is not your best friend. They're just here so that you can be one with the land, but this is not your eternal home. So it don't matter. Seek God for clarity, because anything confusing don't come from the heavens above. Let me just say that. So that felt great. Sorry if I was screaming at y'all or anything. That just felt great. Like, getting that off my mind, getting that off my heart, to myself and to the people. This one for the people, y'all. This season for the people. It's for me and the people. This one is gonna definitely be, yeah. But I hope everybody enjoyed. Again, today our lady is Nanny Helen, and she's a teacher and a feminist. I'm gonna get some guys. I just been picking girls. I don't know why. No shade. The next one gonna be a dude. But y'all, this one is a long EP, 49 minutes, y'all. We growing. But that's day 3 of the 30-day run. Going strong. Finding our flow. Finding our confidence behind the mic. Behind the things that we talk about. Y'all just smiling. I don't know if y'all can even hear me smiling. I'm just, I feel so good. I feel so good. Just feeding my spirit. Feeding my spirit, feeding my mind. I feel so good. I hope y'all can feel the good vibes on your side. But I love everybody that's tuning in, whether you picking up on day 3 or picking up on day 13. I love everybody. We're all one. We're all family. We're all in this together. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. All this stuff I'm reading off to y'all, I got from books, my own experiences, and a good Father above. So I hope everybody caught a vibe today. I hope this one wasn't too harsh. I hope this one didn't feel like a little pop on the hand. But nah, definitely got some more to come. See y'all tomorrow. This one was a good one. Peace, love, and happiness. Everybody have a good day.